Before we start, if this moves you, please subscribe and leave a like. Every bit helps. Support links in the comments. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
The tomatoes came in late, but they came in red and full. The neighbors' kids are running through the sprinkler in the heat. I've got nowhere I need to be before the sun goes down. And for the first time in a long time, it feels like a gift to me. I used to rush through everything like time was running out. Now I sit inside the middle of it just to feel it out. One more summer, barefoot on the porch at 8, watching the fireflies come out while the daylight slowly fades. One more summer, Lord, I don't take it lightly. Feels like it was made for me. I called my oldest daughter just to hear her laugh a while. We talked about her garden and the way her baby smiles. Small things, just small things, but they filled me up so much. I hung up and sat quietly and felt the world enough. There's a gratitude that comes to you when you've seen enough hard days, that turns the simple moments into something close to grace. One more summer, barefoot on the porch at 8, watching the fireflies come out while the daylight slowly fades. One more summer, Lord, I don't take it lightly. Every warm and ordinary day feels like it was made for me. I buried people who would give anything to feel this heat, to taste a homegrown tomato, or to hear their children speak. So I will not waste one evening, not one golden afternoon. I will sit inside this summer like it's all there is to do. One more summer, barefoot on the porch at 8, watching the fireflies come out while the daylight slowly fades. One more summer, and I mean it when I say I would not trade one ordinary moment of this day. One more summer, and I am enough. The last box left on a Saturday in June. She hugged me at the door and drove into the afternoon. I stood there in the driveway till the car was out of sight, then walked back through a house that had a different kind of light. Every room still smells like who they used to be, and I don't know yet who this quiet's making me. The kids are gone and the house is full of space. keep finding little pieces of them all over the place. The kids are gone, and I'm learning how to be just a woman, not a mother. Finally, just me. I made 4 plates for dinner out of habit Tuesday night. Caught myself and laughed until the laughing turned to cry. It's not that I'm not proud of every road they chose to walk. It's just the silence has a weight that nobody ever talks. I gave the best of 30 years to voices, needs and noise. Now I'm sitting with the woman who existed before boys. The kids are gone, and the house is full of space. I keep finding little pieces of them all over the place. The kids are gone, and I'm learning how to be just a woman, not a mother. Finally, just me. I planted something in each one of them I'll never see complete. I taught them how to leave, and now I'm learning that same thing. There's a garden out the back that I've been meaning to rebuild, and a self I put on hold that's ready now to bloom. The kids are gone, and the house is full of space, but I'm filling it with mornings and a slower, softer pace. The kids are gone, and I'm learning how to be not less of who I was, but more of who I'm meant to be. Empty nest, fullest heart I've ever had.
BPM 66 to keep the peace intact. Opinions, mornings, versions of myself I can't get back. But somewhere in the giving there were things I held on to, small and stubborn seeds of who I always knew I knew. They weren't loud enough to notice in the noise of all those years, but they were growing in the quiet underneath the smiles and tears. All that I kept is all that I am, the thread that ran through everything, the original plan. I've been, but I didn't break. I drifted but came back. All that I kept was enough to find my way from there. A journal in a drawer that nobody ever read, a song I hummed in private, certain things left unsaid. The part of me that watched from somewhere slightly to the side, taking careful notes on everything I could couldn't say out loud. That witness never left me, never traded me away. And I'm grateful for that quiet keeper every single day. All that I kept is all that I am. The thread that ran through everything, the original plan. I've been, but I didn't break. I drifted but came back. All that I kept was enough to find my way from that. To anyone who's wondering if anything survived the years of compromise and caretaking, of swallowing the tears, something in you kept the flame behind the hand that hid it. You'll know it when you feel it. You never really lost it. All that I kept is all that I needed. More than I imagined, more than I considered. The thread that ran through everything was stronger than I knew. All that I kept has brought me here, and here is finally true. The self you protected in the quiet years was worth every bit of keeping.
Caught my hands in the kitchen light this morning by the sink. The way they held the coffee cup, I stopped and had to think. There's knuckles in these river lines, this skin that's starting to show. I've seen these hands before somewhere, a long, long time ago. She needed bread on Sunday mornings, humming to herself. I never thought I'd be her, now I'm nothing else. Hands like my mother's, telling every year I've lived, every meal I've made, every child I've held, everything I've given. Hands like my mother's, and I used to think that scared me. Now I trace each line like a map she left to guide me. She never called herself a hero, never asked to be seen, just showed up every single day for everyone between. I watched her hands and never thought to say how much they meant. Now mine are doing all the things that hers were heaven sent. There's a strength in what these hands have carried without praise, a quiet every time I look down at these hands that look like hers, I feel her in the room again, like love that never leaves. Hands like my mother's, telling every year I've lived, every meal I've made, every child I've held, everything I've given. Hands like my mother's, and I'm not scared anymore. These hands are how she stays, and how I carry her forward. Same hands, different woman, same love.
I've been carrying these words like stones inside my chest for years. All the thank yous and the sorries and the things I let go unsaid. Too proud, too tired, or just too used to you to say them out loud. Now I'm putting them all down like letters I should have mailed. Because what if you don't know? What if all this love I feel is invisible to you? I can't let one more sunset slide by. Every word I swallowed for too long, I'm finally mailing every one of them to you. I never told you what it meant the night you sat beside me when my mother passed and I couldn't say a word. You just stayed, didn't try to fix or fill the silence. The kind of love lives past the edges of what's heard. There's a letter there I never sent that says you made that darkness survivable, and you deserve to know that. Letter from now on. Every letter finally finds you. The greatest waste of love is the love that lived inside you and never found a voice.
Been so many versions of a person almost right, almost what they needed, almost worth the fight, almost comfortable in my own skin on a good day, almost honest in the things I didn't quite know how to say. Almost has a weight that only gets heavier with time. And one morning I woke up done with almost, done with the almost life. Finally me, not the version I rehearsed, not the one who always put her own name last and everyone else's first. Finally standing from years ago, I couldn't look it straight. Something in the eyes I'd learned to keep behind a gate. But I found it on a Sunday when the light was coming through, and for the first time in a long time I said, I remember you. And the distance between then and now felt like a road worth walking. Not a loss to grieve, but a story finally worth telling. Finally me, not the careful edited version, not the one who swallowed everything to soften every burden. Finally standing in the full light of my own story without apology. Finally me. This is not the ending, this is the most alive I've ever been. Every year of finding out was leading me to here and now and in. To this breath this morning, this unhurried sense of knowing that the person I was always meant to be was always worth becoming. Finally me, and it feels like coming home, like a song I always knew the words to, but had never sung alone. Finally standing in the center of this one and only life. Finally me. The longest journey any of us takes is back to who we always were. girl in cut-off jeans and sunlight, standing without care. She's laughing at whoever held the camera that day, with her whole life still in front of her and nothing in the way. I stood there in the hallway for a long and quiet minute, trying to remember how it felt to be that free. She was 22, with her hair down and her heart open wide. She was 22, didn't know yet what was waiting on the other side. I look at her and love her, and I barely know her name. She was 22, and I will never be her again, and I would not trade places all the same. She thought that she was ordinary, thought she had no light. She worried about everything, cried most every night. If I could sit beside her now and tell her what I know, I'd say, honey, you are braver than you'll ever let yourself be told. But she had to live it all the way to understand that the woman she'd become was worth the journey and the scars. She was 22, with her head down and her heart open wide. She was 22, didn't know yet what was waiting on the other side. I look at her and love her, and I barely know her name. She was 22, and I will never be her again, and I would not trade places all the same. There's a grief in growing older that nobody warned you of, not for what you lost, but for the girl you left behind. I hope she knows I carried her through everything that came. I hope she knows I think about her every now and then, with nothing but kindness in my mind. She was 22, with her head down and her heart open wide. She was 22, didn't know yet what was waiting on the other side. I look at her and love her, like a daughter, like a friend. She was 22, and look how far we've come. Look who we are now. Look how this story ends. I see you, girl, I always did. It doesn't anymore. One plate on the table, one glass of red wine, one candle I lit just because the light looked fine. No one to consult about the music or the hour, no performance, no pretending, just me and the power. And I waited for the loneliness to walk through the door, but it stood outside a moment, and then came no more. The table I set for one is the most honest thing I own. Not a consolation, not a wound, just coming home. I used to need an audience to make a moment real. Now the quiet is the feeling I was always meant to feel. I used to fill the silence with whatever noise was near. A television, a telephone, a reason to appear. Busy enough to miss myself, crowded enough to hide from the person who'd been knocking, patient from inside. But the knocking got too gentle to keep ignoring, and I opened up the door one unremarkable morning. The table I set for one is the most honest thing I own. Not a consolation, not a wound, just coming home. I used to need an audience to make a moment real. Now the quiet is the feeling I was always meant to feel. This isn't giving up on love or locking out the world. It's knowing who you are before the next chapter unfurls. I've sat at crowded tables, feeling utterly alone. Now one chair and one candle feel more full than I have known. The table I set for one is the most honest thing I've found. Not an ending, not a settling, just solid ground. I used to think that solitude was something to outrun. Now I light the candle slowly, and I savor every one. Some of the best company I've ever had has been my own. I used to move through every room like something unresolved, like a question without patience, like a knot that won't be solved. Always reaching for the next thing, always braced for what comes after, filling every silence with the noise I mistook for laughter. But the river doesn't hurry, and it still finds the sea. And somewhere in that thought, I started finding me. Still water, still here, still whole. Not waiting anymore, not playing a role. I used to think that peace was just the absence of the storm. Now I know it's something you grow into, like a worn and favorite coat. I made my peace with roads I took and roads I didn't take, with the choices that I'd change and and the ones I wouldn't make. There's a kind of freedom living on the other side of regret, when you've held it long enough to know it hasn't beaten you yet. And the things I can't undo have made me who I'm standing as, and I'm standing pretty easy on that ground. Still water, still here, still whole. Not waiting anymore, not playing a role. I used to think that peace was just the absence of the storm. Now I know it's something you grow into, like a worn and favorite coat. It didn't come from fixing everything that once was broken. It came from leaving certain battles beautifully unspoken, from learning that surrender isn't losing, it's arriving at the shore you didn't know you'd been working toward your whole life. Still water, still here, still mine. Every year has made the edges of this life more fine. I used to think that stillness was a thing I had to earn. Now I wear it like the light I finally stopped trying to return. The deepest water is the water that has learned to rest.
Thought by 50 I'd have figured out the ending. Thought the story would be settled, all the loose ends bending into something clean and certain, something I could name. But 50 came in sideways, and it didn't look the same. It didn't look like stopping, didn't look like over. It looked like standing in a field in early October, with the whole sky wide and waiting, and no one asking why. 50 and free is not what I expected, not the finish line I thought I'd barely cross. It's the first day of a life I finally wanted, and I'm not looking back to count the cost. The things I held so tightly slowly lost their grip. The need to please, the need to prove, the white knuckle trip. I wake up now and choose the day before it chooses. I've made enough mistakes to know what's worth the bruises. It didn't come from having all the answers. It came from being done with all the wrong questions. 50 and free is not what I expected, not the finish line I thought I'd barely cross. It's the first day of the life the cost. 20 was hungry, 30 was proving, 40 was holding on while everything kept moving. But 50 walked in quiet, like it owned the room, like it had been waiting for me to make some room. 50 and free, I'll say it like I mean it, like someone who's been lost and finally found the road. It's the first day of the rest of whatever I decide now, and for the first time the thought doesn't feel like a load. Turns out the best years don't announce themselves, they just arrive.
We were never the kind of people who said everything out loud. You showed love by showing up, and I showed mine by staying proud. There were words that lived between us in the space we never filled, all the I love yous that we meant, but somehow never spilled. I don't carry it as regret, I carry it as proof that some things run too deep for words, and some love needs no roof. What we didn't say lived in every cup of coffee made before I asked. What we didn't say was in the way you always chase. If I got homesick, what we didn't say could fill a room from floor to ceiling, wall to wall. What we didn't say was maybe the most honest thing of all. My mother never once said, I am proud of you out loud, but she drove 4 hours in the rain to see me get my crown. And when I think of all the love she gave without a word, I understand that silence can be the sweetest thing you've heard. We're taught that love needs language to be counted and be real, but the body keeps a truer score of everything we feel. love you, I love you. What we didn't say lived in every cup of coffee, maybe before I asked. What we didn't say, what was in the way you always checked if I got home safe. What we didn't say could fill a lifetime, fill a heart, fill every empty heart. What we didn't say was everything, was everything, was everything at all. Some love doesn't need a word, it just needs to stay.
You forgot you kept. I answered to daughter, then wife, then mother. Wore every name like it belonged to another. Kept mine in a drawer like a thing out of season. Forgot I had reasons that were only my reasons. And the mirror kept asking a question I've been avoiding, a face I half recognized, a life I'd been borrowing. I wanna hear my own name in my own voice, spoken without permission, spoken by choice. I've been living in the margins of someone else's story. It's time I walk back into my own. I know every landmark on everybody's road, carried everybody's map, everybody's load. But somewhere between the giving and the guiding, I left myself standing at a crossroads undecided. I'm not erasing all the love that shaped me, I'm just reclaiming what was always waiting. I wanna hear my own name in my own voice, spoken without permission, spoken by choice. I've been living in the margins of someone else's story. It's time I walk back into my own. There's a woman, there's a man in the photograph from years ago. Eyes wide open, full of something I let go. I've been chasing that look in the faces all around me, when all this time that look was here inside me. I finally hear my own name in my own voice, not an apology, a choice. I've been living in the margins long enough now. I'm walking back into my own. Funny how your name sounds different when you mean it. BPM 69. You didn't realize you've been standing in for years. I kept my brightness turned down low so nobody would squint. Dim the parts of me that shone in case someone got the hint that I was more than I was showing, more than I let through. Hid the best of what I had to make the room more comfortable for you. But a light that's always covered still burns through in the end. And I got tired of cupping my hands around a flame I couldn't spend. The light I stopped hiding is the truest thing I own. It doesn't ask for permission, it doesn't need a throne. I spent so many years keeping it small and unremarkable. Now I let it fill the room, and I don't apologize at all. I watched the loud ones take the space and told myself that's fine. Convinced myself that wanting to be seen was some kind of design flaw, some fault of mine. But dimming down your nature doesn't make you any smaller. It just makes the room a little darker and your voice a little softer. And the world doesn't need another light that's learned to disappear. It needs the one you've been protecting all these years. The light I stopped hiding is the truest thing I own. It doesn't ask for permission, it doesn't need a throne. I spent so many years keeping it small and unremarkable. Now I let it fill the room, and I don't apologize at all. There's nothing selfish in the shining, nothing arrogant in the glow. Some lights were always meant to show somebody else the way to go. I've known people in the dark who needed what I had, and I was over in the corner keeping careful what I gave. The light I stopped hiding has been waiting all along, patient as a candle in a window burning on. I spent so many years afraid of what the brightness might undo. Now I let it out completely, and I give it back to you. The kindest thing a light can do is simply refuse to go out.
I've been holding on to water like my hands could make it stay, cupping all the could have beens and keeping grief at bay. There are names I still reach for in the middle of the night, and a version of myself I've been defending like she's right. But a river doesn't answer to the stones that try to hold it. It just finds another way and keeps on moving to the sea. Let the river run, let it take what it was meant to take. Let the river run, some things only heal when you release the weight. Let the river run through the places you've been holding close. Let the river run, trust that you'll be standing on the other side of all you've let go. I forgave my father standing in his garden after he was gone, talking to the roses like he'd somehow heal me in the roots. Took me 20 years to get there, but I got there on my own. And the woman who walked home that day walked lighter in her boots. There's a grief that turns to stone if you refuse to let it move, and a life that's waiting quietly behind the things you can't undo. Let the river run, let it take what it was meant to take. Let the river run, some things only heal when you release the weight. Let the river run through the places you've been holding close. Let the river run, trust that you'll be standing on the other side of all you've let go. I'm not saying it goes easy, I'm not saying it don't hurt. I'm just saying there's a morning on the other side of this, where the ground is soft and ready, and you're finally ready to. And the only thing that got you there was learning how to let it move. Oh, let the river run, let it take what it was meant to take. Let the river run, some things only heal when you release the weight. Let the river run through every sorrow, every shame, every name. Let the river run and find yourself still standing, whole and clean and free again. Let it go, let it run. Let yourself begin again. I showed up to my own life like a guest who wasn't sure. Stood a little sideways, kept one hand on the door. Gave my half attention to the things that needed all of me. Saved my real self for a someday that I couldn't clearly see. But someday has a way of being always just ahead, and I woke up to the distance between living and half dead. No more half life, no more half year, no more saving the good dishes for a day that won't appear. I've been giving everyone the edited version of my time. No more half life, the whole thing's mine. I half believed in dreams I never let myself pursue. Half committed to the mornings, half present to the view. Half in love with my own life, but always holding back like I needed someone's permission just to stay on track. But permission is a currency I'm done waiting to receive. The only one who has to authorize this life is me. No more half-life, no more half-year, no more saving the good dishes for a day that won't appear. I've been giving everyone the edited version of my time. No more half-life, the whole thing's mine. I've sat at sunsets thinking I should feel more than I did. Kept the volume low on joy like some well-practiced kid. But I'm not practicing anymore, and this is not a rehearsal. The life in front of me deserves my full and unreserved arrival. No more half-life, no more half-seed, no more standing at the edge of what this life could mean. I used to save myself for something I couldn't define. No more half-life, I'm walking in, the whole thing's mine. The good dishes were always meant for an ordinary Tuesday.